There's a dim room. Phone glows, lighting someone's face. It's Joe, a young man scrolling endlessly in bed. At 2 a.m., he sees quick flashes of bad news, temptation, comparison, fear. In the background, a shadow stands motionless near the doorway. If the enemy showed up obvious, you'd never fall for it. That's why most attacks don't arrive looking dangerous. Joe wakes up exhausted. He ignores the prayers he used to say. He rushes out the door. Tiny moments start to stack together. Moments like the time he snapped at his mother, like the feeling of anxiousness for no reason, or the time he watched something he knows weakens him. Moments of doubting himself in silence, but he keeps saying, "I'm just tired." But every time he gets distracted, the shadow appears a little closer. Not every thought deserves agreement. Not every emotion deserves control. And not every urge is harmless. Joe walks while staring at his phone. Behind him, the shadow slowly follows. Not fast, not violent, patient. Scripture says the enemy prowls like a roaring lion. But lions don't roar when they hunt. They move quietly, carefully, waiting for distraction. Fear disguised as being realistic. Temptation disguised as comfort. Isolation disguised as independence. Or doubt disguised as logic. Joe finally stops walking. He notices the shadow in a store reflection. Turns around, nothing there. But now he's aware. Spiritual maturity isn't paranoia. It's awareness. Awareness that some battles don't begin with catastrophe. They begin with compromise. Tiny distractions, quiet habits, small distances from God. After reflecting and being aware of the darkness he is bringing into his life, Joe decides to silence notifications, close his laptop, and open his Bible. He then sits in silence and prays, and suddenly the shadow begins fading. The real attack isn't always destruction. Sometimes it's distraction, because if the enemy can't destroy your purpose, he'll try to dilute your focus. And suddenly the shadow begins fading. Stay alert. Stay grounded. Guard your mind. Guard your habits. Guard your attention. Joe walks forward confidently through daylight and no shadow behind him anymore. Be sober-minded. Be watchful. Some attacks don't come to kill you immediately. Just slowly pull you off course.